everyone, it's Shawna from Yellowjackets, and today I'm going to be reviewing Yellowjackets Season 1, Episode 10, Sick Transit, Gloria Money. You guys, we are at the Yellowjackets Season 1 finale. Let's go ahead and discuss this, but I do want to apologize, you guys, because I know I'm late with my video. However, I have terrible allergies, and so my throat was on another level of like pain. It wasn't even like a sore throat, it was like the muscle in my throat. Like this muscle right here, and it still hurts. So I didn't want to be too late with the video, but I'm going to try to tough it out and just go into this season finale because we got to discuss it. It was a lot happening. I had a lot of questions answered, but I also had even more questions as we got towards the end of the episode. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about what happened when the girls were out in the wilderness. And so everyone is, you know, after they had their random, you know, little orgy, shroom orgy, last episode, we see that the shrooms are now, they've worn off. The girls are waking up. They're all in the grass and stuff. They got mud all over them. And I'm just like, baby, like, what else was y'all doing after y'all tried to kill Travis? Like, what did y'all do after that? So, we see that Shayna kind of picks up the knife. They're remembering what happened, what transpired. Doesn't seem like everybody is pretty okay with that. Lottie still looks suspect to me. The fact that no one looks at Lottie, like after she predicted all of the stuff that was going to happen to the Suicide Squad when they decided to take their own rescue mission into their own hands, like I just don't understand why people don't be looking at Lottie sideways now, but it is what it is. So Lottie's looking like, beesh, like I know what's gonna happen, but I ain't telling y'all. But we go to Natalie, who's checking on Travis after Travis was like, I mean, basically almost raped, almost killed. It was a lot going on with Travis, okay? Travis had a rough episode last week. So, she's trying to check on him. He's being rude as hell. Natalie better than me because after that fool sat up there and said, I had a pretty good night because I got laid. Okay, beesh, and? Yeah, you got laid. I'm glad you can finally get it up. But what does that got to do with me trying to check on your raggedy behind? Because you know what? You would have been dead, okay? You would have got laid and dead, too, if it wasn't for me, ho. Every time I know that I'm supposed to like Travis, I know that it's coming from a place of hurt. I know that Natalie lied to him, that Natalie hurt him, and I understand all of this. But the way that he be lashing back out, I just cannot get down with Travis. And the way that Natalie still be trying to like save him, I be like, baby, I would say is the pain that good, but you ain't even had it to be acting like this. Let me just get a drink because she didn't make me yell. My throat already hurt. Like, damn, we only a couple minutes into the video. So, all right, we see that Misty, okay, after she done drugged everybody, Misty's just sitting there chilling, and I'm like, so you just gonna chill like that, knowing that you done drugged everybody, had everybody going crazy last episode? Like, you just out here chilling like oblivious. And so they call her out on her, and she was like, hey guys, let me be clear, all right? Were y'all on shrooms? Yes, you were. But I wasn't trying to drug everybody. I was just trying to drug Ben. I was like, sis, like, I know how in your head that might have sounded good, but I was like, the fact that you was trying to drug anybody is still bad. But she was like, hey, y'all were just casualties, okay? Casualties. I was trying to drug Ben. Wasn't nobody worry about y'all. I wasn't trying to use my shrooms on y'all raggedy behinds. I was like, sis, it's not hitting how you say it's supposed to be hitting. But thank goodness the bear comes and interrupts everything. This bear just randomly comes. Remember, Lottie said, don't worry, we're not going to be hungry for much longer. Something's coming. This bear come, okay, so the bear come, I'm shook, the bear shook, like, hold on, beach, like, how did I get up here? I wasn't trying to talk to these fools. Everybody else shook. Lottie's sitting up there, Shawna, give me the knife. I said, what is happening right now? So Lottie grabs this knife, okay, and I think the bear is finna, like, be like, hold on now, like, hold up, I'm just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ain't nobody trying to do all of this today. Lottie, then the bear just bows before her. I said, bitch, she finna kill you. Get up! I was yelling at the TV. I was telling the bear, get up! Get up! What are you doing? And then Lottie ends up stabbing the bear. And I guess she was right. They was fed. That's how they got all. They got some clothing. I was like, I hope y'all make some coats out of that. I know we're not supposed to, like, advocate for animals dying. But if it's me versus a bear, then, baby, it's always going to be me. Okay? But that's another warning sign on how the bear bowed before me. I would be like, nah, we got to get away from Lottie. Something ain't right, y'all. Somebody tell them something is not right. that this bear just bowed before Lottie haven't made sense for me, okay? So they getting their food together because they don't care, because they just like, hey, we finna starve to death, like, we got food now. They making little kebabs and stuff out of the bear. I ain't gonna lie, it was looking kind of good. It was looking good. I don't even be eating bear meat. I mean, I don't eat bear meat, but it was looking good. Like, it was some good beef kebabs. Would bear still be considered beef? These are the things that I really do think about. Don't act like y'all don't be thinking about it too, okay? So Missy tries to go and help everybody, and they was like, oh, hell no. Back up, Missy. You think we finna let you touch some food, hoe? After you just drugged us? We done almost killed Travis, and you think we finna let you touch some food? No, baby. And then Misty like, just let me help, and then she went off on her, and I was just like, nah, Misty, at least give them a couple of days. Like, wait till the bear meat run out, and then when they desperate, they need some food from another animal source, then you can volunteer to help with some stuff. But I was just like, this is just too little too soon to be trying to do something, so I didn't understand. But this was another moment where I was just like, there's something wrong with Shawna, y'all, okay? She was helping with the bear kebabs, and then she tried to eat the blood. And then our girl had to be like, boo, what is you doing? She was like, what is you doing, honey? That can make you sick. And I was like, but can it really make her sick? Because I guess she was just gonna lick her fingers. Like, I don't feel like it would have been enough to make her sick. But the fact that she was even entertaining licking the bear blood off of her fingers, something not right. I feel like there's something like in Shawna that just, like the way that she was even chopping up Adam like it wasn't nothing, like his peen wasn't inside of you and you just okay with chopping him up. The way that she just she killed the rabbit and then ate the rabbit. Like, let's just have some of these things make sense. It's something deeper going on with Shawna, y'all. And I feel like we really need to take her to a counseling session or something to really help her with this. But we see that Van and Taissa, they're having this conversation, and, you know, Van's telling her, like, hey, when I was kind of in between being dead or alive, she was like, there's something out here with us. Like, I felt the presence. Like, there's something else that is out here with us. And I'm starting to believe Van, because we also see as later in the episode, as it's revealed to us what actually happened with Jackie. It seems that Jackie saw the same thing. So I'm trying to figure out, is it like it has to be a supernatural thing, because the whole bear bowing before Lottie being able to see the deer that they were going to kill, like, it has to be a supernatural thing that is happening. But we see that, the big blow up between Jackie and Shawna finally happens, where Jackie confronts her and lets her know, like, hey, Beesh, I know you was effing my dude. Because Jackie was in the period like, now hold on. Like, I know that all of y'all was on shrooms yesterday, but some of this behavior that y'all had while y'all were on shrooms, it was out of control, all right? This is unexcusable. This is unexcusable behavior. You literally locked me in a cupboard because I got my groove back, okay? I was in the boom room and y'all gonna put me in a cupboard because I wanted to get some myself because I was stressed out. And y'all sit up here like talking about, let's have a moment of silence, let's have a moment of prayer, like y'all wasn't just trying to rape and kill somebody a few hours ago. All right? I was with Jackie on this. Now, I don't always get along with Jackie. You know that I'm Team Shawna, even though Shawna got some issues that she needs to deal with too. But I was like, Jackie got a point, y'all. Like, y'all was literally finna kill somebody. Like, if Natalie literally had not took the knife from Shawna, she was going to kill Travis. You probably wouldn't be in this whole predicament because she literally would have killed Travis. Literally. And y'all wouldn't even be in this whole predicament that we are now. But we're grateful for it because it's giving us some good TV. R.I.P. Travis. Sorry what happened to you, though. So, we see they get into this whole argument. And Shawna was reading Jackie for filth, okay? Now, even though Shawna's still in the wrong because she shouldn't have been sleeping with her boyfriend, her best friend's boyfriend, but when Shawna was like, high school is going to be the best part of your life, I was like, ooh, why you say that to the girl? I mean, it really was, though, because she ended up dying. But then I was just like, but she didn't know that. I was like, wow. And then she talked about how self-absorbed she is, how she thinks that everything is about her. And so they were going back and forth, and then Jackie was like, how about you get out? And I said, no. Flag on the play. How you gonna kick somebody out and y'all all stranded in the wilderness? How does that work? How does that happen? Haven't make sense for me. She was like, you can just get out. Now, how you gonna kick me out? We all live in the same house. We in the wilderness, honey. Last time, if you didn't check, we're in the wilderness. All right? Stranded. lost in the woods. How you gonna kick somebody out? So then she like, well, fine, I'll leave. Because then the other girls started talking mess too. Since we're all crazy, maybe it's best if you just left. And she was like, fine, I'll leave. Now it's like, nah, hey, this is a moment I would have to humble myself, all right? Because you don't separate from the pack. You saw what happened to the Suicide Squad when they tried to separate from everybody else. So I would have had to humble myself and be like, actually, you know what, y'all? It's cold as hell outside. I'm finna stay my black ass right here. I can be mad at y'all in the heat, all right? All right? I may be mad, but I ain't stupid. So she go outside and sleep, and then we see that she's struggling to get the fire started. And then we cut off to Travis and Natalie. Travis looking for his brother, Javi. Keep calling Javi. Javi saw them trying to kill Travis, so I don't know what the hell that happened to him at this point. And then Natalie finds him again. I'm like, if you ask this boy for help, can you help him one more time? I'm going to scream. And so he was like, I don't want your help. And I was like, girl, right. Like, he done told you 15 million times. And then he was like, I effing love you, Natalie. And I was like, he's like, you my rib, girl. He didn't say that. I just added that in there. Because I want somebody to be in love with me. Like, you my rib, girl. You my rib. I'm sorry. That just has nothing to do with anything. But it's okay. So he says, I effing love you. And they hug. And I'm sure other people's like, aw. And I was like, girl, F him. I'm over Travis. F him. All right. So we cut back and we see that Taissa tells Shawna that, hey, go talk to her, like, squash this little beef that y'all got going on. And then I see a dream sequence, and, you know, Shawna went out and said something to her, brought her back in. And I was like, yo, and the whole time I've been hoping for cannibalism to start this whole season. And I was like, yo, they finna eat Jackie. Like, oh my goodness, let's get it. And then I realized, like, oh no, this is just a dream sequence. But y'all saw that fool in the back. I was like, first of all, who is he? He was like, we've been waiting on you. And I was like, what you mean we've been waiting on me? What you mean waiting on me? Waiting on me for what? And he just sitting there looking all creepy in the background. And I'm kind of getting creeped out just staring at him because, like, I could see him. I know I'm looking off and I'm just staring at my wall, but I could see him, like, how he was sipping his little drink and stuff. I feel like that's the guy who was in the cabin that killed himself when they found the skeleton. I think that's who he is. But there has to be something bigger about this because it kind of reminds me of what Van was telling Taissa, that she saw something as well. And Lottie saw something as well. Like, all these people in these, like, near-death, you know, experiences. So he has to have something to do with this supernatural presence that is happening within the wilderness. But I don't know. So then we realize, like, she wakes up. So Shawna wakes up. She sees the snow outside. She running downstairs. And then we see that Jackie is asleep. And she fell asleep. And she died in her sleep. Now, realistically, I mean, I've woken up out of my sleep because it was cold. So it ain't no chance in hell that she would have slept through all of that. But it's okay. It's for the sake of television. Because, and you know what? I don't even care for Jackie. So I wasn't hurt or sad that she died. I was just mad that she couldn't get beyond her pride and just go inside by that camp, by the fire that they had and just go to sleep. It is what it is. So Jackie is actually dead. So we finally get our answer. We all thought that Jackie was going to be alive, but it is confirmed Jackie died in her sleep. So let's cut to everything that's happened in present day. Let's start with Misty crazy behind, because we see at the end of last week's episode that Natalie went to Misty to help her get rid of the body. And so we see that she is she's in a nursing home. And when she's talking about this lady, she was like, oh my goodness, not Gloria. And she was like, she was so young. And I said, bitch, when they said she was 89, I said, how was she so young? Haven't made sense for me. But clearly all of this was a diversion in order for Misty to go and get some cleaning supplies. These are more heavy industrial things. And then as she was giving Natalie the stats, like most people get caught because what did they do? They went and bought cleaning supplies. So because she's taking it from work, no one's going to know about it. And the only reason she agreed to help them with the body is for them to actually come to the reunion. Natalie promised that she would be there. And so we see that Misty when she gets there, Shawna is not having it. She was like, so this is your idea, how you gonna bring Misty Braggy behind, who was just spying on us, doing all this crazy stuff? And she was like, Bish, what other idea do you want, ho? Did nobody tell you to go stab your cut buddy? No one told you to do that, Shawna. While she's sitting up there getting the attitude, I was like, a nerve for you to be saying this in front of Missy. If I was Missy, I was like, okay, Bish, well, clean up your own dead body, ho. Mad, because I'm here to help your raggedy behind, because you got knife happy again. Like you normally do, be getting happy with the knives. So, Missy had me cracking up when she was like, she was very calm, telling them on what to do, like how to get rid of this body. And I was just like, all these people are cuckoo, because like, I just don't understand how you're calm telling people to get rid of this body. They just sit up here listening to them. And then now she told Shawna, she was like, hey Shawna, can you go ahead and cut the, she was just telling her to cut Adam's body up, because she said that she was the best person with a knife. I had to pause, because I was like, you did not say that to Shawna. But did she tell a lie? She did not tell a lie. Shawna is the best person with the knife. And then we see that Natalie and Shawna, while they're helping with that, Natalie starts asking these questions again about Travis. Clearly, Shawna's lying because she knows that Jeff and Randy were the ones behind the blackmailing. But she does like, okay, Natalie, sometimes things just aren't explained, like, or aren't easily explained. And if he did probably kill himself, like, she was like, girl, like, you see me out here struggling, like, everything that we've been through, and we supposed to walk through the world, like, everything is happy-go-lucky, and everything is just fine, like, it's tough out here. And so, if he wanted to get away from all of the sadness and stuff that we had to endure, like, you need to make peace with that, and be okay with that. It doesn't have to be this bigger explanation, or this bigger conspiracy, even though Natalie is right, there is a bigger conspiracy behind it. But she was like, you need to start making peace that Travis is actually dead, and how are you going to move forward from it? Now, I thought it was really weird, the fact that she was able to carve Adam's body like this without getting upset, without feeling like his pain was just inside of me and I'm cutting his body up. Like, I just felt like there should have been some type of reaction. I don't know all of what they went through, but when Natalie had asked her, like, you still know how to do this? I was like, hold on, was Shawna like the butcher for when y'all were cannibals and eating people? You see how everything comes back to cannibalism with me? Because that's all I want to see is the cannibalism, y'all. But I was like, but was she the one chopping up bodies and stuff when they was eating? Just let me know, because I was wondering why she asked her, does she still know how to do all of this? So Missy comes up with this idea that they're going to get rid of Adam's head and hands, because that's how they will be able to ID him. And so I was like, y'all really going to let Missy be the one to have control over the two things that can ID him and put y'all back at the scene of the crime? But I was like, I guess it is what it is at this point. But when I saw that Missy went to Gloria's funeral, talking to the family like, oh, she was so nice, and she was like a mother to me, and, you know, she would smile, and she was like, well, she had a stroke, so she couldn't really smile after a while. I said, baby, is this the same person? And then the lady was even like, honey, are you talking about Gloria? Because that don't sound like my mom. Like, what are you talking about right now? But the fact that she let Adam's head and hands in the body with Gloria to be cremated so they wouldn't find it, I was just like, I can't deal with Misty. Like, I literally cannot deal with her whatsoever. I was just dying at the whole interaction and how calm she was throughout all of this. And they were all pretty calm until we see that when they go home, Shawna has blood. She's in the shower. She's trying to get everything off. She breaks down crying, which is one of the first times I've actually seen Shawna break down and show some type of emotion. Taissa comes home alone at her house. Simone and Sammy are gone. She's crying. Natalie just sitting there chilling. I was like, I mean, I guess I wouldn't expect Natalie to have a reaction to Adam being dead, because she don't give a damn about Adam. She's just trying to figure out what was going on with Travis. But we see that they all show up to the reunion. And I did think it was cute that Jeff left her a dress that he felt like will be more of who she is and she would be more comfortable in. And they was looking good. I said, okay, y'all. Shawna had the titties sitting up. All right. Natalie had the nice dress on with the little green. Taissa was coming with her look. I love me a good pant look. Okay. I was like, okay, look at y'all slaying. Then Missy gonna try to come mess it up, jumping in they shine. I was like, look at you, you just an attention whore. And we see that Shawna ends up threatening Randy. He knows that she knows now about them blackmailing him. And she's like, I'm going to gut you like a pig. And they're not even going to be able to recognize your body. I was like, now, Randy, I know I wouldn't be pressed about nobody saying this to me. But the fact that Shawna is actually about this life, and I think he could tell she was about that life, so he was really scared. I don't think Randy and Jeff are going to be hanging out that much anymore in season 2. But we see that we end up going to Natalie, who's in the hallway. She's looking at the pictures of, her and the team. We see the picture of Travis and Javi and their dad. And Kevin Fine-Ass walk up and she was like, you guys have a lot in common. I'm like, I don't know why you think that that's something that Kevin wants to hear. And then he was like, what, we were both in love with you? I said, girl, you really fumbled the bag on this one. Because if Kevin was interested in me, okay, legs would have been spread in the school hallway. That's if I was smashing, because if my parents are watching, I'm a virgin. So I don't be doing all of that. But if I wasn't, we would be getting on in the middle of the hallway. But he ends up telling her, like, hey, I hope you find whatever you're looking for. He goes away. I heard some little tramp in the background asking if he was coming. I was like, who this tramp? I'm only calling her a tramp because he's supposed to be with Natalie, and Natalie fumbled the bag, so I still got to ride for Natalie. But I was like, who is she? Who that? Who that, Kevin? You moved on real quick, honey. So we see that later in the episode, you remember the player who she broke her ankle or whatever it was, and she wasn't able to go to the state championship, and clearly she's jealous. I don't know why you would be jealous about literally being able to live your life in peace, but she's upset about not being on that plane. And then she does this tribute, like, it's time for us to find healing. And I'm like, how you gonna tell them when it's time for them to heal? I just don't understand that. She starts playing this slideshow. And I love how they show the photo of Jackie and they talk about, well, this is what Jackie would have wanted. And I was like, they start clapping when they say that, they have the prom king and queen dance. And I was just like, I don't think that's what Jackie would want. And then they start playing A Kiss from a Rose on top of that. And Jeff and Shawna are dancing. And then Jeff is like, is everything okay? Are you okay? Did you get everything taken care of? The fact that they're talking about how they're cleaning up a murder from her lover. It was just a lot that was happening in the middle of that dance. But we end up seeing that Taissa, actually, no, let me talk about the reporter, because I was really confused about the reporter, because the fact that you be kikiing with Missy crazy behind like this, I think she was working her angle, and then Missy ends up agreeing to let her go, and so she lets her leave, which I was like, Missy, why would you let her go, knowing that she probably finna go snitch on you? And then the girl asks for her cigarettes, and then Missy digs it out of the trash and gives it to her. And then when we see that she finally gets out of the house, and, she's talking about how, make sure you working on that book deal or that movie deal. And then she was like, make sure you know who you want to play you. She was like, Meryl Streep or Scarlett Johansson. And I was like, sis, what? I was like, okay, girl. But the reporter, she gets out, and then she starts driving, she starts smoking, then she starts feeling weird, looking crazy. This girl then laced her cigarettes with drugs, and she told her that the cigarettes was going to kill you, and you didn't want to listen to her. So she drives, she ends up running over. I don't know if she's dead. I don't know if Missy did this, so if she went to the police, they will find all these drugs in her system and be like, she's just on a lot of drugs, no one kidnapped her. I don't know what happened, if she's dead, if she's alive, but it will make an interesting storyline for next season. And I'm still confused as to, I know that she was hired as a fixer for Taissa's campaign, but I don't know if that was the campaign manager who hired her or Taissa actually hired her. I'm not sure about that. I don't think Taissa knew about her, so I think it's really interesting, what will happen. But we see Taissa, she's preparing her concession speech because she thinks that she's going to lose. She's like, I ruined my 15-year marriage over this election, and I'm going to lose. Simone calls her and says that Sammy's on a play date, and she's coming to get some things. And then Taissa basically puts 2 and 2 together. She was purposely coming when she was gone. But what is crazy, outside of her saying I love you to Simone, and Simone didn't say I love you back, Simone said, I done had enough, honey. Simone goes home to go get this little raggedy suitcase from the basement. And then when she sees some blood, remember I told y'all that Taissa killed that damn dog, okay? She goes through the little cellar, the little vent. First of all, Bish, I'm not going through no vent and all you see is blood, okay? That's what I'm not gonna do. So she goes through and then she sees this little altar with the symbol, and then she sees that the dog's head is there, and it was a big ass heart. And so I'm just like, what in the hell is going on? And she started screaming. So what's even crazier is we see that Natalie started cleaning. I was like, okay, girl, go ahead. I was like, shoot, let me go clean my house too, since you sitting up here cleaning. Let me go clean and get my life together. And so we see, I thought she was letting go. Like, she took Shawna's advice. She was going to let go. Then she got this damn shotgun. And now it's like, oh, hell no, she finna kill herself. But before she can, then we see these people bust through the door, all right? And they grab her up, and we see the dude had the little symbol from the woods as well, and then they kidnap her. But then she's getting this phone call, and Susie, her old sponsor who worked at the bank, she leaves a message like, I traced the money back like you told me to. Who the hell is Lottie Matthews? And I was like, oh, hell no. I should have known Lottie had something to do with this. And then she said, I think somebody's following me. Now, hear me out. I think it's Van who's following her, because then we cut to the end where we see Lottie takes the bear heart and puts it like on this altar. We see Misty and Van on both sides of her, where she basically says, let the darkness set us free. And so I think that the person chasing Susie is Van, and Van is still alive, and we still gonna see what happened to her. And then Misty has something to do with this as well. I just don't know yet. Maybe they told her to get close to the girls. I don't know what's going on. But the way that it ended, I was like, okay, y'all got me intrigued. I'm intrigued for another season. Because I did feel like stuff was starting to drag. And I was like, so y'all just going to drag this out for like, they said they can go up to 5 seasons. I was like, y'all just going to drag this out for 5 seasons. What are we going to do? But I like how they kind of set everything up with us knowing that Lottie was behind Travis's death. She's the one who cleared out the bank accounts. I'm still trying to figure out what happened to Javi, both in past and present day. And also too, I think that Van is the one who is chasing following Susie. And I want to know what the interaction is with the Taissa sleepwalking and doing all this stuff. So I don't know what's going to happen. You also saw that, you know, after it looked like Jeff and Shawna was getting cozy up on the couch and stuff, the daughter was happy. Then what happened? They watch the TV and they say it's a missing person with Adam that pops up on the screen. And the daughter looking shook because she was like, I know my mom didn't just kill this man. I know she didn't kill him. The daddy looking like, oh, snap, they're going to find this body. So we got to figure out what's happening with Adam, because all of a sudden we ain't seen no friends and family this whole season, but all of a sudden people looking for him. So I just want to know what's going to happen with that. Is Shawna going to go to jail? I don't know. But I am intrigued with the season 2 of Yellowjackets. All I want is cannibalism, okay? Just give me a little bit of cannibalism. That's all we asking for. You put the idea into our heads. That's what you gave to us. So that's what I want to see. But who would you guys want to play adult Lottie? Who do y'all want to play her? Because it needs somebody who can be like, I need someone who can be very like crazy charismatic, that's like a cult leader, because that's what she is. So let me know in the comment section below, did you love this finale? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you just like, are you going to watch season 2? If you are, who do you think should play older Van? Who do you think should play older Lottie? Because I'm convinced that Van is alive. Y'all can't tell me nothing, okay? She alive. So those are my thoughts on this season, the season 1 finale of Yellowjackets, okay? Episode 10. I know I said all of that out of order, but it was a lot that was happening. I was okay with this. Minus not getting cannibalism, but I'm just gonna claim that for season 2, and how we track how Shawna is this killer now, and how she was the butcher for cutting up the bodies so they can eat, because she just did that with a little bit too much of ease. Okay, so yeah, those are my thoughts on Yellowjackets episode 10. Season 1 finale, okay? As always, my name is Shawna from Pay Your Weights, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000, and until I see you again,